I was there for a second. I'm back.
Hello. How are you?
Hello, Ali. How you doing? Good, thank
I'm
you.
good. I'm good. What's been happening?
Not much. We're leaving on Wednesday, so it's madness.
Yeah, yeah. So you starting off your Aussie tour, or are you touring somewhere else first
Now
before?
we are doing a massive 16-day tour in Asia, New Zealand, and Australia.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, because I've seen your dates are really quite close to Christmas that you're coming down under.
I know they wanted to add Perth, and I was like, no. So I'm sorry to Perth, but I'm
It's
like
all right. We don't mind.
imagining,
They should be used
it's
to
like
it.
my first Christmas without my dad, which is not what I'm talking about. But could you imagine I'm calling my mom and being like, "Sorry, mom, the plane's delayed. I'm not going to be home for Christmas. The first one without my dad." I was like,
Yeah,
"I'm sorry, Perth. It's not happening."
yeah. Priorities for sure. Excuse me. So, when was the last time you guys were down under?
It was in 2016.
Yeah, so it's been a little while. That's what I was thinking.
Almost 10 years, which is crazy. Yeah. A lot
Wow.
has happened since then. We dropped an EP, we dropped two albums. I won a
Yeah.
Juno, which is a Canadian Grammy. We have a
Yeah, I
lot
see.
to come back and share with the Australian fans, so we're really excited to come back.
Yeah, awesome, awesome. So, you guys have been around for a little while. You've got generations of fans. Anything?
It's at the point where like, fathers come with their kids to our shows, which is something that I love.
It's all,
And the kids aren't like 12 anymore or younger. They're
yeah,
like
they're 25 with kids of
adult
their own
children too.
sometimes.
It's pretty cool. It's a really interesting thing that not many bands have because Cryptopsy never stopped. There was no hiatus. The band always continued.
Yeah,
Lowe's always been there, just pushing this through.
yeah, yeah. So, any plans for the set list to
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
It's a special tour because we're
yeah,
celebrating the 30th anniversary of Cryptopsy's. I can say this because I'm not on the record.
yeah,
It's an iconic record for death metal. It's called None So Vile. So we're
yeah,
doing the 30th anniversary tour for None So Vile. So we're going to be playing a lot of None So Vile. Not all of it because we have a lot of other bands. We have a lot of other albums that we want to showcase material from.
yeah.
Mostly our newest era stuff. So the past 5 years of the band's era incarnation of Cryptopsy. So we're honoring None So Vile. We're playing our favorite tracks off of that one, and we're gonna play a lot of new stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So that's exciting for the fans to look forward to. They're going to get a little bit of the old and the new, and seems to be
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
go-to now. All the bands from that were huge in the mid to late 90s are now doing their 30th anniversary tours, which as middle-aged me
It's
loving
crazy.
it.
Yeah. It's crazy, and we're also like mixing it up. We toured with Death to All. Luckily,
Yeah,
we had the opportunity to do that last year, and the
awesome.
way that they approached honoring albums by not doing the album in its order is
Yeah,
also interesting because it keeps the fans on their toes, and they're not quite sure what's coming next. Which, when you're at a concert, you don't necessarily want to know what's next. You want to be surprised. You want to be
it's always the
taken
excitement.
aback. So,
Yeah,
so, so we messed around with that too, the pacing of the set. It's a very cinematic experience that we're trying to bring live in the upcoming years of Cryptopsy. So this is the first time that we're messing around with interesting longer samples, and we're
nice.
excited to see how that feels and works in a live setting.
Yeah, yeah. I guess it's a good opportunity as well for yourselves, but also your fans to
And
take
plus,
in
we're
that.
old. We can like take a
Yeah.
break.
Yeah. People are understanding for that.
We'll
It's
go hide
truth is
and drink.
probably we need to take a break in between as well.
It's true, maybe.
It's like, oh, give us five, we'll be back. Have a wee nap when my legs are sore, feet are hurting.
Amazing, exactly.
So it's
Especially,
what people
I
need
heard
to.
ACDC's in town touring
Yes,
around the same time as us. I know Dying Fetus will have just wrapped up, so
yes,
it's
yeah,
a
yeah.
heavy month for
It is.
rock and metal in
It,
Australia.
I'm double booked everywhere. Like there are so many
Wow,
tours happening, like back to back interviews, tours, album release. It's just that it's a crazy time for November, December. Everyone just goes,
it's
yeah,
good,
let's
good for death
tour.
metal. I like it. I like it. What's your
It's
summer, right? So we're running away
yeah,
from the snow. I've heard it's very hot.
it is so hot right now. I'm just like I'm like, why did I not open my sliding door just before it started? And we've got crazy storm season at the moment too. So
Okay,
yeah, like
not during our flights though. It's gonna be
oh,
perfect and
hopefully not.
pristine.
But yeah, Brisbane
Yeah.
and the East Coast, we cop it pretty good. So
Okay.
we've got a week of it apparently this week. So I'm
Mm,
being sent to review and for photograph and cover Cog on Friday night. So I'm just like, please don't
nice.
storm, please don't storm.
No. Positive vibes will be good.
Yes. So that's we're hoping it's not gonna. But yeah, so you guys are, as I said, you big chance for yourselves and the fans to see the wide range of musicality you guys have had over the time, and I
That's
guess the
right. Coming
changes in your
back,
sound and yeah,
reconnecting with the Australian fans after all these years. We're looking forward to it. The band is really in a different space than it was in 2016. So I'm excited to
yeah,
reshare, reconnect with all these people. And hopefully there's some new fans that come out, some old fans, because Cryptopsy's coming. We're firing on all cylinders.
excellent. It sounds like it's certainly something for us to all look forward to. So
Amazing.
you guys have been touring for a long time. What's the most unhinged thing that you've have happened on tour that you can say safely on an interview?
Oh, there's so many horrible things, but nothing that I could really say. There's always the travel disasters and
Yeah, inevitable.
strange things, power issues in Latin America, but they're just the crowd is so amazing that you just forget about all these things. I
Yeah,
think like the only real place that we ever really feel like really out of place, like as someone from Montreal, is when we go to Japan. It's always the most shocking culturally for us,
really.
which we really enjoy, and it feels nice to be destabilized in a totally different cultural
Yeah,
experience. So
because they're hardcore death metal fans in Japan. Like they really lock
yes,
into it. They love
and
it.
and if I bring the mic to my mouth to say something, they just go whoosh,
It's incredible.
and everyone is listening, and it's the respect that they
Yeah.
bring towards the artists is something very different than what we experience in
I can
North
imagine.
America, I could say. There's always that one drunk guy that screams Slayer. I don't. Maybe that will happen in Japan this time, just because I'm saying it now. That there's the Slayer guy will come out of the
It
woodworks,
might
but
happen in
because
Japan. There'll be like some drunk
I'm
Aussie or
saying it,
drunk
maybe,
American snuck in the
maybe.
crowd.
Maybe just because I'm bringing it up. But there's always like, we like to drink beer, we like to have fun, but we're getting older, and we do tour a lot now. So
Yeah.
it's not like we go out once a year and this is our vacation and we're gonna let loose and debauchery every night. We
Those
physically
days are over.
can't. We can't. Well, there's nights that we slip, right? Everyone slips up on a tour once or twice, but it's basically we're so on the road all the time that if we were to do it all the time, it would be detrimental to our bodies and our health.
Oh,
So we're
absolutely.
at the point that we're more mature mentally as
Yeah.
well as physically, sadly.
Yeah, and I think yes, as we get a bit older, as we approach our mid to late 40s, we realize that
Exactly. Yeah.
we,
No.
I
But
myself,
probably one of the craziest things that we did was on the last Asian tour is that we played in Riyadh, which is in Saudi Arabia,
right?
and
Yeah,
we were the first international metal band to ever play a show
interesting.
in Riyadh. So that was a pure culture shock as well. It was very,
Yeah,
very different and interesting and a strict, like, here are the rules that you
yeah.
cannot do. Like, I couldn't swear on stage, we can't
Wow.
spit, I can't ask them to mosh. They still did, and it was a
Yeah,
lot of fun. It was a real interesting experience. But that's one of those like I didn't realize how important that show was until about a few days before when I spoke to the promoter and she was like, "No, you're the first.
yeah.
Metallica's coming in 2 weeks, but you're the first."
Wow, that's
And
wild.
I was like, "Oh, okay. Now I get it." So and
Yeah,
there was
yeah,
no nerves. We weren't worried about anything bad happening, like riots from stuff. It was just like a very we knew that it was something unique.
yeah, yeah. New to their culture and didn't know, not knowing what to expect. That would be a little bit terrifying at the same time as exciting, but
It was fun.
groundbreaking
They fed
still.
us so much food. They love to feed, but
That's good.
no alcohol, so they fed us. But
Yeah, very interesting. Very not normal. That's
not for us, no.
yeah. No, that's yeah, that would be definitely one to remember for the one for the history books for sure, which is
Absolutely, yeah.
pretty exciting. So yeah, we just had Metallica finish up touring here, so they just did Australia. So we love our death metal, and I said it's that time of year where everyone's coming out. So you certainly I think you're only doing the four majors, and they are all sold out, are they?
I would hope so that they're eventually going to sell
I
out.
think
I
I
think
did
that's the
read somewhere
purpose
that
of
they
these.
were, yeah.
I hope so. Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah. And who are the support acts that you've got on tour with you this time?
I know that my very good friends in Heathen Spawn are playing in
Nice.
Canberra and Sydney. That I know. There is the Everblack podcast.
Right.
Neve is his name. His band is playing a show.
Okay. Okay.
Snake. I no, I should remember the names, but I know that he is playing one of the shows. But I'm not completely familiar with the rest of the bands on the package thing.
That's
But I
okay.
am looking forward to
For us.
exploring them when they do play with us, and we'll hang
Absolutely.
out backstage. So I apologize I didn't write down everyone's names. But I know my good friend Jim is playing two shows with Heathen Spawn.
Oh, awesome. That's awesome. It's always nice to play with your mates, isn't it? You get to
Always.
hang out
Yes.
and do your thing, and sometimes you don't get to catch up all that
Exactly.
often.
And I don't know if Psychroptic are going to be at home. I know that they don't necessarily come from that they're more from Tasmania, but I would love to see them.
Nice, nice. Well, maybe put the shout out there, and the boys might turn up
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
for sure. So, yeah. So, obviously, you said you guys have been touring quite a lot recently. I guess it's that the stage in your career where you've bunkered down and you've got your albums out there and your fans have locked in, and now
We
you've
we
drip
we
fed
real
them over the years, and now you can just let them
there's
enjoy
also
the
there's a
tour.
finite timeline for how long we can do this, and we do see
Yeah,
that light at the end of the tunnel. With our drummer being the sole founding member of the band, he turned 50
yeah.
recently, and there's this. We don't want to be, I don't know if you like wrestling or at all, but Ric Flair wrestled far too late, and those last matches that Ric Flair was doing was not the most beautiful thing to watch. So. We don't want to be like Ric Flair. We want to go out while we're still on top in prime shape and then call it a day when we're still banging on all cylinders. So that
Fair.
day is approaching. Hopefully not anytime soon. So we are really trying to strike it while it's hot.
I
Get
think you've
out
got a
there,
few more years
connect with the
left in
most
you.
amount of fans as
Yeah,
possible, release more music to
yeah,
the fans. It's a huge priority for us. The
absolutely.
band is a cohesive unit, the most that it's been in my era with the band, which is in the past 20 years. We have never been so tight. Um,
Nice.
like within the band, not speaking musically. I'm talking about the mental
Yeah,
uh, and chemistry within the band
because
is
it's
so
like being in a
tight right now.
relationship with, a bad marriage with four different other people being in a band at
Exactly.
the time.
It's not easy, but we love each
No.
other and we have our strengths, we have our differences,
Yeah,
but we get through it, and we're all fighting for the same cause, and that is
that's the main thing
the legacy and the future of Cryptopsy.
for sure. Because you guys are quite groundbreaking. I mean, been going since, some of it, the mid to late 80s. Some of you,
Correct. Yeah, Flo's been there since very late 80s, early 90s.
yeah,
Chris joined 20 years ago this October. I will hit 20 years in 2027. Ollie will hit 20 years in early 2030. So the band released iconic albums before I
absolutely.
was in the band, before Chris was in the band. Blasphemy Made Flesh, None So Vile are iconic,
Yeah,
legendary death metal records. They were doing stuff way before other people were doing stuff. The viciousness, the lyrical madness, the sheer speed, the aggression, the
yeah,
groove, the songwriting. It's all there on those early albums.
absolutely.
Just
Yeah,
groundbreaking and very influential for the genre. So we're
definitely.
whenever we do anything in this modern era of cryptopsy, the legacy of that is always in the front of our mind. That's the most important thing. How will this affect the legacy? So we make
Yeah.
all of our decisions based upon that.
Yeah, and I mean, quite technical, but it's kind of, it was groundbreaking and it's become the forefront of that genre of, death metal. And it's kind of hard to break away from, that you say that
It's
speed, that
hard.
that double
We
kick, that
try.
triple kick, that, the whole thing.
But
It's
it's
wild.
always
It's
about
intense.
songwriting too, is the primary thing. So we're
Yeah.
honoring the legacy, but we're not going back and just remaking None So Vile. Cryptopsy never did that. They
Yeah.
always pushed themselves. They always went and did something more, challenged themselves musically. They could have just made None So Vile Part 2 and then None So
Yeah.
Vile Part 3, and hypothetically they would be where Cannibal Corpses right now
Yeah.
because that's sort of the path that they chose. But Cryptopsy didn't do that. They went and they made Whisper Supremacy, which is a very different record than None So Vile.
Yeah.
Far more chaotic, far more intense, faster, jazzy, just completely avant-garde in the style of extreme music. So it's Cryptopsy never rests on their laurels. So
Yeah.
us now, when we're composing stuff, it's honoring the legacy, trying to be relevant in this modern scape of what's happening in extreme music right now, and try to have fun with it too,
For
because
sure.
it's a job for us now, but it's a fun job.
Yeah, and that's it. If you're not having fun, Len, that's the whole point of it. It's the most I always say the most fun you can have is your clothes on sober, being on stage.
Yeah. Yes. It's a huge part of myself. The yin to the
Yeah,
yang of who I am as a human is
for sure. And it's just to
this
bring that, to joy to other the audience and to reciprocate that is such a
it's a
humbling thing. It's
it's a
beautiful.
beautiful, beautiful experience that I'm looking
Absolutely.
forward to doing in the next few days in
Yeah.
starting in Dubai.
No, wow. Of all places to start. Well, yeah, we're definitely looking forward to you guys coming out. And no doubt there'll be one of the heavy team, whether it's myself or not, I don't know quite the schedule yet, will be definitely at your Brisbane show to cover that and
Wonderful. Well,
say
if it is
hello.
you, come and say hi. Come and say hi. If it's not,
Absolutely.
and someone else from your team, also please come say hi, please.
Yeah, they definitely will.